Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3328. Today's date is 5th of February 2025. It's been almost like a night at 9 p.m. Alright, we directly jump into the question. Let's go. Okay, yeah. Alright. Question is, in what way do mathematics and nature are intersect? Oh, that is really good question. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what exactly is this question? Okay, first of all, a couple of days ago, I was actually watching Leonardo da Vinci, The Demons of Leonardo. It's a web series, by the way. I was actually watching this, and this web series is actually based on Leonardo da Vinci. Really incredible guy. If you don't really knew, it was really amazing. The Mona Lisa painting was painted by the this guy, Leonardo da Vinci. He's not just a painter; he is like a master of multiple things. While watching this show, I was like really influenced by way that Leonardo thinks. Okay, it was really incredible. Okay, by the way, the invention that Leonardo does, it was like far years ago, like 500 years ago. At that time, thinking like him was like really incredible. I wanted to think like him. I wanted to think like, how does Leonardo thinks, see the world, or what is actually perspective? So I ask question to the ChatGPT that he suggest me such a question so that I would think like Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, and this is one of those questions. The question says that in what ways do mathematics and nature are intersect? That's a really good question. Okay, so mathematics and nature, does it does it have any kind of like a some relation with nature and mathematics? Well, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, but we have to understand, first of all, understand what, like somewhat now you have to look from very different point of perspective. Okay, then you understand this question and then you understand this answer. I try to simplify this answer as much as possible as I can, but okay, let's go that. All right, yeah. So mathematics means like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, multiplication, addition, subtraction, right? Yeah. These are kind of like some of the basic mathematics that we already knew. Everyone knows that. Okay, but these are kind of like some of the mathematics that you are kind of like a something learn in the school or anything, is kind of like a something meant to understand the normal things. What's a normal thing? A normal things means like that you went to grocery store, you are kind of like addition some sort of like a budget or things like that. So in that particular moment you are using your addition or multiplication. Yeah, that is okay. Yes. But if you wanted to understand the nature na, then it's a very different kind of mathematics. Okay, yeah. What's a different kind of mathematics? Okay, yeah. Like I am not a mathematician and probably I'm not really good at mathematics too. I'm really suck at. Okay, yeah. But there is a one thing I wanted to understand. If you wanted to know, if you wanted to try to know about natures and how the nature work and how the what's the nature? Yeah, first of all, let's understand the nature. What is exactly nature? Yeah, like what is exactly image that you are created inside your mind? If I say nature, like plants, trees, yeah, like these are kind of like something nature, right? Well, yeah, but like if I'm gonna say nature, it not just kind of like those things. No, a nature means like that from my point of perspective. Okay, yeah, like basically nature means like the plants and trees and everything. Yeah, these are also included. The kind of like a something the atmosphere, the planet Earth, the ocean, the stars, the galaxies, the universe. I think that this is also kind of like a something nature. Okay, yeah. Do you get it? Okay. And if you wanted to understand these stuff, you need to understand first of all shapes, sizes, motion. Okay, yeah. What exactly is this thing? Okay, shape, sizes, and motion. All right, yeah. Let's take something really simple thing. Okay, yeah. What's a simple thing? Just say take let's take a kind of like some simple thing regarding about the kind of like a something the kind of like a something Earth. Okay, let's take Earth. Earth is a sphere, right? Yeah, sphere is a shape. Okay, it's a kind of like a simply circular shape in 3D that is called sphere. If you don't really know it, okay, yeah. But is this Earth is exactly look like sphere or what? It somewhat look like sphere. Okay, like basically is this thing. If I'm gonna say that key, like yeah, it's a sphere, right? Yeah, but I am asking one question. Okay, like basically, have you seen moon, Earth, stars, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto? Why does everything is in sphere? Why they are not in square? Why they are not in rectangle? Why the planets are perfectly round? Why? Okay, yeah, it's really good question. Yeah, is because of the motion. Yeah, what is exactly the motion? How does like a okay, if you don't really understand, okay, yeah. So there is a one experiment that I wanted to do. Okay, yeah. Already you did it. It's not really that. Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to kind of like a make a kind of like a somethingly a round shape of clay, like basically just a clay. Okay, yeah, like a little bit of kind of like assembly of clay. You have to make a round shape. So what should you supposed to do? You just rotate that particular thing. That clay is a kind of like a something undeformed shape. You just press it and you just try to kind of like a use your palm hand to kind of like a create some sort of motion, and in the end it will create some sort of spear shape. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by that? It means that when you impact a motion into particular substance, it kind of like a convert into spear shape. Okay, yeah. It does not convert into rectangle or square. No. Okay, yeah. Like I'm from India, by the way. We actually make roti. Okay, yeah. We have kind of like a some cuisine. This roti is a kind of like a some cuisine. Okay, yeah, it's not cuisine by the way. It's a roti, yeah. Which is actually made by gahu. I'm not really sure what is actually wheat. Yeah, wheat. Yeah, it actually made by wheat. Okay, yeah. So what does it do when my mother makes a roti? How does it? Like basically whatever the meat that we have, okay, we make it into kind of like a something atta. Okay, I'm not really sure what is the English word for atta. Okay, yeah, but we make it atta. Okay, yeah. Now basically is this thing the atta that we created? It's a kind of like a something powder of wheat. Okay, yeah. Now we put the water into it and make it kind of like a something a particular solid, but it's not solid. It's a kind of like a something wet inside, but it kind of like a deformed shape if you press something. Okay, we call it as a kanik. Okay, yeah, it's also kind of like a something Marathi word. Okay, I'm not really sure for English, but it's a kind of like a something cunning. Okay, if you want to know, just kind of like a Google it, you find out how to make roti and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So when you wanted to make a roti is a kind of like a something like flat circular thing. Okay, yeah. So how do we supposed to make roti? First of all, is that we put some sort of kanik, okay, yeah, and try to rotate in the palm of our hand. Okay, when we rotate, it create a spherical shape. It create a spherical shape. This kind of like a something with spherical shape is not only happened just a kanik, it happened with multiple elements, like just a mud or a clay or a kind of like anything. You just kind of like a rub your things and it will kind of like a creates its shape. Okay, yeah. Now you understand when you apply the motion into particular substance, it converted into the spherical shape, right? Yeah. But in the space, like there is no one palm is kind of like a rotating our earth. So why does earth is kind of like a look like sphere? Why? Okay, yeah, that's really good question. Okay, yeah. When we are kind of like a making roti, we are using our palm of hand to rotate the kanik and it will make kind of like a something spherical shape. Okay, yeah. But in the space, okay, yeah, the motion is called gravity. Okay, yeah, like basically the gravity of the sun, gravity of the earth, gravity of the moon, and everything. Like basically, earth is actually tidally locked, kind of like a something things with the sun and moon and other planets and everything. Okay, yeah. So it always have kind of like a something motion impact on it. Okay, yeah. By the way, as also, uh, like a basically is this thing, ki sun, like a basically earth is rotate around its own axis. It not only rotate around the sun, and it kind of like a when it kind of like a rotate, it impact some sort of motion into it, and that's why it creates some sort of spherical shape. Not only earth, moon, Jupiter, every planet, it kind of like a create a spherical shape. Okay, yeah. Now you understand is this thing. Okay, yeah. But how does it kind of like a something connect with the mathematics? What is exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. How does it kind of like a something implement on that? Well, it's a I am like it's a very deep mathematics, by the way. Okay, yeah. It's just like that ki I don't know how do I supposed to say, but the if I wanted to find out the area of particular circle, what kind of like a something formula that I have, pi r square. Okay, yeah. Is it right? Okay, like let me Google it first. Okay, then I need to make sure that the things that I'm saying is right or not. Okay, yeah. How do I find out area of circle? Okay, so there is a kind of like a something formula. Okay, yeah, pi r square. Okay, yes, so I'm correctly right. Okay, yeah, I am not really that dumb. All right, yeah. So if I wanted to kind of like a something understand the area of circle, there is a kind of like a formula, pi r square. What's a pi? Pi is 3.14. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a something the what's a pi? Well, pi is also kind of like a something very another topic, dude. Yeah, like basically 3.14 means like a 22 by 7 is like is like is it's a something very different thing. Okay, very like it's a whole new story. If I wanted to talk about the pi, it will kind of like something takes like another episode. But it's just like that, na ki whatever the information that I have, I just wanted to talk about this thing. Okay, yeah. So let's jump back to the if I wanted to calculate the area of square. Okay, yeah. Sorry, calculate the area of circle, pi r square. Okay, yeah. Always understand the value of the pi is 3.14, or if I wanted to kind of like a something in or 22 by 7. Okay, yeah, 22 by 7. Yeah, 22 by 7. Yeah, like it just stay 3.14. Okay, yeah. Now if I wanted to know, like if I wanted to find out the particular area of the circle, I need to find out the radius. Okay, yeah. So like basically let's say is this thing that my radius is a 2. Okay, so square of 2 means like that 4, right? 4 into 3.14, like wait, let me calculate. Okay, I'm not really good with the mathematics, so yeah. Okay, so 3.14 into 4, right? 2 square. So the our area of circle is 12.56, right? Yeah. So like do you get it or not? Like if you don't really get it, na, still I don't really get it, by the way. Okay, yeah. Like I just wanted to try to understand the things. Is this thing that in the nature things are kind of like somebody associate with the, not directly in the mathematics, but it's kind of like a somebody. Okay, probably not. Like I am actually started thinking like Einstein or something like that. Probably I just wanted to kind of like a something try to associate my example with nature things. Okay, but like basically what what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that I wanted to associate, like if I wanted to know about the area of the earth, then we have to know about the radius of the earth. If I know the radius of the earth, then we'll find out the area of the earth. Well, I could do that, na? Like I have a Google, right? Yeah. So basically, is this thing. Let me Google it. Okay. Radius of Earth. Wait. Radius. Radius of Earth in kilometer. Okay. And now I'm gonna using as a kilometer. Okay. So 6378 kilometer. Okay. 6378. So our if I wanted to know area, so basically is this thing 3.14, wait, 3.14 into 6378, 6378. So basically is this thing 20,000, like it's a lot of number, dude. It's a very big number. Okay, yeah, but 20,026.92. Okay, yeah, this is kind of like a something in kilometer, by the way. So if I wanted to know about area of the kind of like a something earth is 22,026.92 kilometer. Okay, yeah, is it too much? Like is it too much? Like I don't really think that was kind of like a something very, like is it very common, right now? Yeah, I thought that kills a kind of like a something in millions. Dude, I'm using a kilometer. Yeah, so probably in the kilometer, this is kind of like a something very big. Okay, like a 20,006 the area. Like probably na. Okay, yeah. I think that na ki I won't be able to give this answer very much properly. Why? First of all, is that I am not really good with the mathematics. Literally not. Okay, like I kind of like a fail multiple times. Like while I was doing my engineering diploma, I fail on M2 M3. Okay, mathematics 2, mathematics 3. These are the kind of like some subjects I fail multiple times. It took me almost like a three attempts to kind of like a like a pass on M3 exam. Okay, so M3 means mathematics 3 exam. Okay, yeah, mathematics 3 subject. So I am not really good with the maths. Okay, yeah, but it's just like that na ki if you are really good with the mathematics. Okay, yeah, okay, yes, just let's say another example. Okay, yeah, like I'm not really good with the mathematics, but I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to connect the nature with the mathematics. Probably. Okay, yeah, might be I'm gonna fail, but I'm trying. Okay, yeah. Basically is this thing, let's say rainbow. Yeah, like have you seen rainbow? Rainbow is a kind of like a something part of our nature. Okay, yeah, the rainbow, do you actually kind of like a thing of why we see rainbow? Like why is this kind of like a something rainbows exist? Well, a rainbow is a kind of like a somethingly conversion of lights. Okay, what's a conversion of lights? Oh yeah, so basically is this thing, rainbow is actually happened when the rain is actually happened. Okay, yeah, like 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 rainbow is created in such a surrounding where rain and sunlight is happens at the same time. When it happens same the time, like a rain and sunlight, then probably it creates kind of like a something rainbow. Okay, yeah, but how, like okay, yeah, okay, it's a very, first of all, understand couple of things. All right, yeah. So when the rain happened, usually all the clouds are kind of like a covered by sun and everything. Okay, yeah. So you won't be able to see the sunlight. Okay, when the rain is actually happened. But there is some certain scenario where like suddenly rain is actually happened, but little bit rain, not really that much. And at that time it's a kind of like afternoon or whatever it is, and sunlight is on peak. So at that time you see the particular rainbow. Okay, yeah. Is the sun is a kind of like a some ultimate source for rainbow? Yes, it is. But it's just like that na ki why? How? Alright, yeah. So basically, if I wanted to understand, the things that you see, every color that you see is a kind of like a something spectrum of multiple color, which is actually originated from white color. Okay, yeah. Like basically, if I wanted to example that you like basically, let's say example. Okay, yeah. Have you seen prism? Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a something very common experiment that you done it in the in the school. Okay, yeah. Is that ki when you kind of like put the light source into the prism are kind of like a divert that white source of light into multiple colors. Okay, yeah. Which is like really incredible to look at. Same thing happened with the rainbow too. Okay, yeah. Because glass is also kind of like a somethingly work equivalent like a water droplet. Okay, yeah. Water droplet is also kind of like a something work as a kind of like a something prism. So it kind of like a something kind of like a disperse, like a disperse is, am I using right word? Probably, I'm not really sure, yeah. But it kind of like a disperse light into the multiple colors. Okay, so that's why we could see the rainbow. Okay, yeah, do you get it? Okay, yeah. But another question is that why rainbow is actually on the like a curve shade? Why not kind of like a something rainbow is in like a straight or kind of like a something yeah, like why rainbow is actually in curve? Okay, Vam. That's a really good question. Okay, yeah. Probably is this thing key. It's like a the kind of like a shape of the rainbow is not kind of like a something just a curve. Okay, yeah, the curve that you are seeing, no. It's a kind of like a something a circle. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by that? Okay, yeah. So basically it's this thing that it depends on perspective, like where you are looking at. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing that if you see the rainbow, okay, if you see the rainbow in the sky, okay, yeah, you think that the shape of the rainbow is a curve. Okay, yeah. Now you try to close. Now you try to when to close. Like you wanted to kind of like a something. Okay, let's say example. Okay, yeah. There is a rainbow. Okay, there is a two person, A person, B person. A person is far more close to the rainbow. B person is far more away from the rainbow. Okay, yeah. Now basically A person says that ki like basically I'm actually seeing the rainbow, but A person who is actually very close to the rainbow, he didn't really see the rainbow. Why? Because his point of perspective, he is far too close to the rainbow and he won't be able to see. What do you mean by that? Okay, yeah. Let's say it's a kind of like a something very different perspective. Okay, okay, yeah. The rainbow that you are seeing, it doesn't mean that everyone is actually seeing the rainbow. Yeah, it depends on where you are. Okay, where you are actually looking at the rainbow. Okay, yeah. Like if you are far too close to the rainbow, then you are probably seeing the water droplets. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a something just looking at the mirror with different position. Okay, yeah. Like basically if I see the mirror from this direction, the reflection that you are seeing is very different. Okay, yeah. If you went to the close, you are actually seeing the reflection of something very different. Same thing happened with the rainbow. Okay, yeah. The rainbow is a kind of like a something act as a kind of like a something a mirror. Okay, yeah. And you seen that particular rainbow at some certain distance or some certain away from it. If you went far too close, you are kind of like a seeing just a water droplet, nothing really at all. But the question is that why the kind of like a some rainbow is in curve? Yeah, why? Okay, why not hit straight? Okay, yeah. It's actually is this thing, it's actually happened is because of kind of like a something gravity and things like that. Okay, what's a gravity? Okay, yeah. How does it kind of like a something affect? Okay, it's a okay. First of all, not just if you wanted to try to understand, you just have to open up something. Okay, what's open up? Open up means like that. Open up from like a looking at from different perspective. Okay, yeah. If you won't be able to accept the things which is kind of like a something that you haven't seen, then probably you consider that ki I am wrong. Okay, probably I also be wrong because I am not really kind of like a something very expert person, but I'm trying to explain things as simple as I can. Already, yeah. uh okay, yeah. So what should you supposed to do? You have kind of like a something pipe, okay, water, okay, or shower, okay, yeah. What should you supposed to do is that in the afternoon there is a sun is kind of like a shining, okay, yeah. And you started using like a you start the shower, okay, yeah. Shower is a kind of like a showering the water, okay, yeah, with high intense speed and stuff like that, okay, yeah. And you went far away, okay, the shower is actually doing his thing. You seen a kind of like a something rainbow, okay, yeah. The yeah, like a shower is also the shower that you are actually take a bath, the shower is also create the particular rainbow, but you actually have to use it in very different thing, okay. Different thing means like that ki you have to do this experiment in the afternoon, okay, yeah. Like take the shower, turn on the shower. Shower is kind of like a spreading the sprinkles and things like that. And you kind of like a something step back or kind of like a took little bit distance. And basically you actually you have to see this particular thing against the sun, okay, yeah. Against the sun means like that ki there is a sun, there is a shower, then you have to see, okay, yeah. Like basically if you wanted to see the kind of like a shower, then probably I don't know, like it's a position is very different, okay, yeah. At that time you actually seen the kind of like a shower, the rainbow which is actually created by the this shower thing is following the curve path, okay, yeah. Now that curve is actually happen is because of that ki that water droplet is kind of like a something go upward, and because of the gravity it went downward, okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that water droplet is also following the curve path. Do you get it? Yeah, it's following the curve path. But in the rain they don't really following the curve path, like basically water droplets are directly like a strike, they are kind of like a following only one single path, direct straight. They are not following the shower path curve. But why they are kind of like a seeing as a curve, like basically is this thing, yeah, you are actually somewhat right, but it's just think that rain droplet is kind of like a something affect because of the weather and air and things like that. Like basically water sprinkles the position like a the direction of the water sprinkle is also changed regarding about the air and the wind and everything, okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that it kind of like a change its I am really not so sure about this thing. Probably I just experiment this thing. I just not experiment. I just experience this thing. Okay, like I seen particular rain and basically wind, and I could see rainbow and there is a sunlight. Probably, yeah. Okay, like basically this thing. Now I am kind of like a somebody putting the drops somewhat kind of like a went to the. I don't know. Like I am bluffing probably at that moment. Like I am not really associated with this thing, like how does nature is actually connected with the mathematics things. I just really don't know. Okay, yeah. Like basically I am not that smart person to understand, like it's a really good thing, like probably now I just decided to started thinking like a Leonardo da Vinci, probably just like okay, yeah. What's the recommended answer? There is a recommended answer: the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. Okay, the found the spiritual sunflower, pine clock shell like a nature's, and the galaxies, the golden ratios, 1/16 appears in the leaf. Oh yeah, that's really good thing. Okay, yeah, what's the Fibonacci sequence? Okay, yeah. Okay, like are you people are associated with the aspect ratio? Okay, the grid line and things like that. What exactly is this thing? Okay, okay, it's a very kind of like a something. Imagine a picture, okay? Imagine a picture, a kind of like a something girl who is actually center in the frame. Okay, yeah. Now what should I supposed to do is that I move that girl from center to little bit left, not entirely left, but little bit left. Okay, little bit left. Which image looks you better, like the girl on center or girl on little bit left? Most probably most of people are click that the person who is the girl who is actually looking the girl who is actually at little bit left is kind of like a be more appealing. Okay, yeah. This is why it actually happened is because of kind of like something our perspective. Okay, yeah. Is this thing that like in the center, yeah, in the center things are also really good, but probably is this thing like basically this Fibonacci sequence, aspect ratio, and the grid are kind of like some things are associated with the mostly the filmmakers and like a photographer. They know understand the position, like where do you put the kind of like some character in, where should is this thing. Dude, if you don't know anything about this stuff, na, just say it. You don't really knew it. Okay, why don't you say stuff like that, like a Fibonacci sequence and things? Like I somewhat know, but it's just like that. Na, I'm not really associate. Like I don't know how do I supposed to express it. I just like probably I experience this thing might be 20 to 30%, but I'm not really sure is this thing. Okay, yeah. Like they mention a couple of pointers are here, like a Fibonacci sequence, the Golden ratio, the fractal and self simplicity, the symmetry of the nature, the waves and harmonics. Oh, waves are really incredible too. Yeah, but I'm not really associate. How do I supposed to? Uh, Probably in chaos theory, optimization in nature, mathematics in motion. Yeah, like as I mentioned, mathematics in motion. Like I the information that I told you right now is somewhat right, somewhat wrong, probably. Okay, it's kind of like a some uncooked information that I have. Okay, yeah. So don't consume my content. It's not content; it's an artifact. But still, I'm trying to understand. Now, dude, it's just like that. I'm not really smart person. I'm not really Da Vinci. And how do I supposed to expect that? Should I supposed to start thinking like a Da Vinci in this couple of days? No, nothing really at all. Nah. Like this guy is like a really incredible person. Nah. He was started thinking like a really. Oh shit. Alright, I should supposed to be end here. This is it. This then, and thank you.